Hi. Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm drilling these holes in the ground, not so much to take the dirt out of them. They don't need to be empty, but I want the ground, the soil, to be fairly loose before we hammer those poles in there. Now, I gotta explain you one thing. We've changed the plan, as we do. You're used to us right now, I think. So what we're going to do is we're going to make terraces. This is not going to be a slope, but this is going to be 3 terraces, 3 levels so far. And in order to keep the soil in place, we have bought a lot of really old oak planks, 3.50 meters long, about 50 high, and we're gonna make terraces with those old oak planks. Why terraces? Because it actually gives you flat ground where you can plant things on, and we want to have a little bit of area to plant herbs and flowers and stuff. Yeah, and we saw some pictures on the internet and we thought it was pretty cool, so that's what we're going to do. So we bought a bunch of poles, we got the planks, I got the drill to drill holes in the ground. I got a big hammer, and to protect the tops of the wooden poles from splitting, I bought just a bracket. This is normally a bracket you set on concrete or so and put posts in, but I just placed it on top and I hammered on this because I don't want to damage the wood too much. But at the first pole it already started slipping, so I gotta take out the welding machine and repair it and make it stronger. Easy enough if I could reach the welding machine. It's a giant mess in there, and that's actually the first thing we should do today. Nadia, help me please clear up the mess and make it organized, because that's what you're really good at.
I was about to say, because
that's what you're really good at, Nadia.
Okay, alright, I'll help you.
Yeah.
Only because you're building me a house.
Yeah. Okay, let's get started then. If you will, please.
Should I press cut now?
No. Can't go deeper. Roots and rock and all of that stuff. Okay.
You literally just said you were going to protect the top of the wood.
Yeah, but this is still loose. This didn't mean anything. Once you start beating it down through the solid, it's hard. All right, let's just. Yeah, no, I just wanted to put them in. Because this will give me an idea of where the planks go. And the staircase, because that's going to be a staircase there. But let's tidy up the workshop.
All right, organizing. So that chair, just put it outside, okay? And we'll deal with it. We'll just make a decision later.
Yeah.
Okay? We're not keeping things in here that you're not using.
Yeah, but some things I need. Because I will use them eventually and I will need them then.
Okay, but then we need to find a housing for them that's not so primary. So if you've got a chair sitting in the middle of the room that you're not using, it's taking up space.
This is rubbish. Well, the thing is, I would like to have everything organized by subject.
That's
so,
good.
Carpentry at carpentry, plumbing at plumbing,
Yeah, that sounds great, but it also needs to be by priority. You know, this table here.
Yeah.
What is this called again?
Table saw.
This table saw. You're not using that every day.
I will use that almost every single day.
I'm just saying that it shouldn't be living here in the middle of the floor. We will make space, but it can't live here. You cannot move, you can't get anything in or out. You know, it's ridiculous. There's 2 vacuum cleaners sitting here.
No, that's a vacuum cleaner that I use every day.
No, I'm just saying they can't live here. So we need to reorganize. Like your workbench top has got just ridiculous amounts of stuff all over it. So we need to set this table up for you
The
to
table
use.
is rotten. I need to completely repair it.
So it can't sit up.
No. No.
Well, it's sitting there like this at the moment.
Yeah.
With this side being used.
Upside down.
Yeah. So then we'll use that side. If it can't sit the other way,
Yeah,
then
but
we'll use.
I also need to move it because I can't put it against the wall because then the door won't open
Yeah.
anymore.
Okay, I get that. So then we need to reorganize the space.
Suggest. I'm open for your suggestions. I've bought most of my cars for a lot less money than this iPhone. But oh, I'm justifying it because of the filming qualities. More cardboard.
Oh my god.
Maybe I'll just leave it in the back.
Well, it's quite valuable, so it would be safer in there.
Yeah. So every time when the phone rings, I have to take it out of the pack. Oh yeah, it's big. Good.
Oh, babes. Oh.
Yeah, so the idea is that this bracket sits on top of the poles, and I whack the poles with a big hammer down, but the bracket has ripped the metal at the first pole, so I will weld it and reinforce it with some iron bar that I found in the house somewhere. Yeah, and before you obviously start welding, you have to make sure that the paint is off. That's what I'm doing. Doesn't have to look good. It just has to work. That's most important. Sorry guys, sorry for the interruption, but I have something to say. You're watching now a re-edited, reconditioned episode of This Old French House. The episode that you're watching right now happened in the past. In fact, the house that we are rebuilding is basically finished right now, and it is up for sale. Yeah, unfortunately we have to sell it. Nadia and I have other plans. We are going to move to Nadia's mother country on the other side of the world. We can't have 2 houses at this moment. So yeah, the house is up for sale, and you know what? I really want you to buy it. The viewers of this channel should buy it. Not somebody who's never seen this channel before. So please see my email address below. If you want to have more information, write me a short email and I'll send you all the information you need to make an informed decision. Or an appointment to come by and have a look at the house. Thank you guys. Back to the video.
are en route to the south of France, very unexpectedly. So originally I was supposed to fly tomorrow from Clermont-Ferrand to Bermuda to join my boat. Turns out one of my certificates has expired and I cannot be on the boat without it. So this is a very, very fast trip down to the south of France to Antibes to renew that certificate. So we are driving in our camper van 650 kilometers south. So tomorrow morning I get to go and renew that certificate, and then the following day, on the Sunday, I fly to Bermuda from Nice. So a few things have changed. I mean, this is kind of normal, I guess, in my life and Marius's life, almost, that things just happen at the drop of a hat. Things change, we end up going somewhere else, or I do, or he does. It's pretty standard for us, isn't it, Marius?
Yeah.
Still, it wasn't expected. I was expecting to be getting on a flight tomorrow morning to New York, but that's all changed.
Yeah, from very close to our house.
From very close to our house, yeah. Like an hour's drive from our house, and now we're driving 7 hours from our house. So, yeah, that's the latest.
But we'll go to the sun, and we can maybe dip our toes in the Mediterranean Sea tomorrow.
Yeah. Because we actually have well, I guess after my appointment tomorrow morning, we have the whole day and the night until the following day together. So that's a little bit of extra time, isn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit of extra time.
Maybe we'll quickly go to Cannes, where we first met.
Yeah.
And fell in love.
Aww. Yes, we fell in love.
Well, you fell in love with me.
Yes.
So, a short recap on my water evacuation system. You see there in the far distance, that's a water evacuation, what do you call it, sump. That's going to be the collection of the water coming from the roof. There will be a flat roof once we take that old extension down. That will go into that sump there. Then there will be another sump from the roof of the middle house. Then there will be another sump from maybe a tap or some water supply in the garden. Then the pipe runs through the corner. That's the water supply from the roof of the little house, as you can see. Then we follow the corner. Somewhere near the end is gonna be a joint with the French drains that I'm going to install here in the backyard. And all that water collects then in that joint. And then we go around the corner, and then the water needs to go to this storm drain. There's another pipe running from the rainwater collection of the middle house down here. That's later installed with a pipe running through the main storm drain. Now I could run the new pipe and drill a hole into the storm drain side, but I see this pipe running off. That's the evacuation of the storm drain, and I think I'll just tap into that one directly. That'll be much easier. And also I know that I'm going to the lowest point because I want to run to the lowest point because I need a 1% incline, or actually well, down 1%, a minimum is advised. So that's 1 centimeter per meter. And what I'm gonna do now is dig this channel here to the corner, the 90-degree corner, where the pipe from the rainwater collection and the French drain lead to. So yeah, it's quite a bit of digging. Yeah, obviously for all that digging I could use a mini pal, a mini digger. That would be more efficient, but the thing is that I'm not really that good with a mini digger. Nadia was really the professional here, and yeah, then I gotta rent it again, and it's gonna be messy, and yeah, I don't feel like that. I think I will just hand dig it. It's a lot of work. It's gonna be a couple of weeks of digging, I think. Oh, my poor back. But yeah, I think that's the best solution for now. I just found what looks like coal. You know, the coal that they used to warm up houses with. See that? Yeah, I think that is coal. Must have been laying there for quite a while. Well, rather call them bones. Yeah, so there's basically two ways of getting those poles in the ground, those posts. And one is hammering them with a special pole hammer. I don't know what it's called in English. It's like a tube with handles, a heavy tube, which is closed on the top end. You slide it over the pole and you hammer it down, drive it in the ground, or you hammer it with a large hammer. A wooden hammer would be great, but I can't find them here. I've been to all kinds of tool shops, garden centers. I can't find a large sledgehammer, but a wooden one. So I've just have this bracket that I bought that you normally set a pole in, and I just placed it over the top and hammered on that bracket, but that bracket fell apart obviously. So I'm just reinforcing it with some steel that I found around the house. It's been my first welding job since years, and it doesn't look good, but you know, it's got to be strong. It doesn't have to look good. It's just to protect the tops of the poles when I sledgehammer them in the ground. Yeah, that burning is the paint that was on that bracket. So, this is the result. Yeah, well, any professional welder will laugh. Any half decent amateur welder will also laugh. But you know, if it holds up, I save myself a lot of trouble and money buying this big sledgehammer. And you know, and if it doesn't hold up, then it falls apart, and then we weld it again. And that's how you learn to weld, I guess. At least that's how I learn to weld. Let's get a pole and drive it in. Well, the bracket did fail, but that's the original parts of the bracket. They started tearing. So I gotta weld some more cracks there and then keep the bottom side tied together. Yeah, I'll find a way to do that. I still have some metal left. I think, oh, I see already a crack in one of my welds. Oh yeah, that's the way you learn. At least that's the way I learn. So, what I've done yesterday, I have dug the channels where the rainwater piping is going to be sitting in, and I've positioned the sumps in place. As you can see in the background, these sumps, they need to be at the right level. What I'm going to do is having a slope from all the way over there. No, over there. What I'm going to do is having a decline, a slope basically, so that the rainwater flows down to the storm drain from all the way over there to all the way over here, and that's got to be a 1% not incline, decline. Yeah, 1%, so that's 1 centimeter every meter, so that's 10 centimeters over the 10 meter that it's, yeah, that it is probably in length. And then on this point, we will get the connection with the French drains that I'm going to install here in the garden behind me. So what we get is the rainwater following the perimeter of the house, going around the corner to the street, and then close to the slope there will be French drains installed, and they will come together in that sump, and that then we follow the path to the street, and I'm gonna have much more of a decline, much more of a slope than the 1%, just because I don't want the French drains, no, sorry, I don't want the rainwater drainage pipes to feed into the French drains. Imagine that you got a lot of rain coming down, and then the rainwater collects and spreads into the garden again, into the backyard again via the French drains, because the French drains, they are pipes with holes, right? So I want to have a sharper, a more prominent decline here, so that all the water that collects in that sump here behind me gets very quickly evacuated. And then when we look at the street, or actually my front yard, that is where it's gonna be in the storm drain. I made a connection there. I tapped directly into the storm drain. I'm gonna pour some cement over it just to make sure it's very sturdy. And this is another, yeah, what is it, 1% decline or so. Anyway, that's okay, because this is gonna be quite a sharp decline. yeah, I don't know how many percent, but it could be 10%. So that water that rushes out of that sump here and then into the drain. So I'm going to use the Sigma laser level now to establish exactly how deep in the ground those sumps must be. Okay, well that's the new Parkside drill I bought for 90 euro, something like that. And it looks very much like the Makita one I have. I've been really stressing the Makita one. I don't think it'll live much longer, so I thought I'd pick this one up. It was in the supermarket, so but okay, this is definitely a weak point, I would say. This is where the Makita outperforms. Yeah, that's probably why you pay more for Makita. Price difference must have a reason, right? So I'm concluding this week's video. Yeah, this carpentry work is really physically quite demanding on the back. Progress is slow. Progress is really never as fast as I really would want to. But that's ambition, right? Ambition versus reality, I guess. I would like to thank everybody for watching, everybody for liking and subscribing, especially the people buying me coffee. That's just so fantastic. I mean, I've never had the ambition of making a living or earning any money through these videos, but it's really nice to offset some of the costs that I have with the donations that I receive from you. A lot of thanks. I hope the quality of the videos is going to improve during this year. I bought a new iPhone, which was long overdue, partially because of people kindly giving me coffee, buying me coffee. Yeah, next week, what are we going to do? Yeah, finish this carpentry, finish these terraces in the garden. Hopefully start with the staircase, which is going to be here behind me, there. And yeah, hopefully finishing these drains, these manholes. The cement is still, the mortar is still porous and humid and wet. It's been now almost 48 hours. Yeah, it's become a little bit harder, a little bit stronger than yesterday, but still it's going really slow. So I'll have another look tomorrow, and we might have to look for another solution. I'm not sure. I'm pretty happy with the results so far. I think at this moment it looks very much like a range, I guess, and that's not what we want. I do like ranches, I do like the style, but that's not what we want for this house. So eventually I will stain all the wood and make it look like oak, and then hopefully we'll have plants hanging over the sides and decorating the whole lot. And when you add plants, it adds so much to everything. They're really magical. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching, and see you next week. Bye now.